What's up, stoners of YouTube and the world? I don't have a name because I'm not at liberty to discuss. Call me Chief Khalifa. CK for short. Calvin Klein. My partner in crime, Miss A. Blizzy over here. Just chilling, not smoking on Blizzy. You'll probably never see her. You'll never see her. But, we're just going to be bringing you content week after week after week about marijuana. Alright, so let's get down to it. This is the first episode. I just want to talk about what is cannabis, okay? Some people don't know. Some people are very clueless to what cannabis. Damn, this is a stinger.
I know, I need to roll another one. Unless you want to. No.
Alright, so yeah. What is cannabis? What is this substance? Cannabis. A genus of flowering plants that include 3 different species. Cannabis sativa, Cannabis indica, and Cannabis ruderalis. These species are indigenous to Central Asia and the Indian subcontinent, which means that the Afghan goo is that shit.
So cannabis is just like the umbrella of what marijuana, like sativa and...
Well, cannabis is just a scientific term for marijuana. It's the same thing, essentially, but it's different levels of THC, different strains, all of that. Shout out to Santa Cruz for the best grinders ever. I don't smoke unless it's grinded. You got a lighter?
That's hilarious.
What?
We don't have a lighter.
Seriously? I just rolled this pearl, and we don't have a lighter. So yeah, there's different types of strains of cannabis. There's different categories. Sativa is more of a head high. Indica, I've always heard of it as couch because it keeps you couch locked because you're just so fucking high. Like, what?
Well, I got the lighter.
Oh, you got the lighter.
And it's also pink.
Oh, you got the lighter. It's also pink. Alright, so next question I've heard of a lot, and there's not really any... I realize there's not that many people that address it, except for this one guy that has a blog. When you look it up, it's just one dude that answers the question, and I just have more questions after that. How long does marijuana stay in your system? On average, marijuana stays in your system for a month. So, unless you're working out every day and busting your ass and drinking plenty of fucking water, it's gonna stay in your system for a month. But it stays in your mouth only for 3 days. As long as you use Listerine every single fucking day and you don't smoke.
And you're always subject to your own privacy.
Yeah, right. You can smoke and go get a fucking fake pee and shit. And do that. I know a great company that provides perfect synthetic piss. If you ever need it, just comment and I'll let you know. So it typically stays in your system for a month. For heavy smokers, I think it's even a month. But if you don't smoke that much, you could probably work it off. But the best way to pass a drug test, essentially, is to not do any drugs. But who the fuck wants to do that?
Well, even being around it, because when I was on probation, I was around it. Even though I didn't smoke for 3 months, I failed my drug test.
Yeah, but were you hotboxed or?
Yeah. That's
why. You were hotboxing that bitch. You were smoking it. You just didn't know it. Yeah. So you always hear some crazy shit on the news about weed and about how it's bad for you. Or how studies show that it's not bad, but it's still bad. And don't do it. Well, 7 hours ago, NBC posted this article that says... marijuana doesn't shrink brains, but it can change them. Wait, but who said marijuana can shrink brains? Like, when did that come into question?
My brain would be small as fuck right now. Are you kidding me?
The size of a fucking ant. Like, what the fuck? Marijuana does not shrink brains.
But also you have to keep into consideration what news corporation said that because they are very biased.
NBC.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Well, listen to this. Marijuana doesn't appear to shrink important regions of the brain of users, but a study published Wednesday shows something possibly more subtle and important. The brains of people who tend to use marijuana may be smaller to start with.
Stop.
Come on, man.
So they just are trying to justify it.
That's dumb. A second study found that marijuana appears to change the brain structure of young men with a high genetic risk of schizophrenia. Well, that's good. They can't even test that. There's no way to test that. Like you don't develop schizophrenia until you're like 25.
Well, not necessarily cases where children develop schizophrenia. 9-year-olds.
Yeah, but that's usually kids that have like birth defects. I think you can actually test it. It's like that serial killer thing. Even if you think a kid is a serial killer,
there's this case of this one girl who has schizophrenia, and she's like 9.
They quoted some dude. It says, "It's probably more a story of what we don't know than what we know. Does not mean that cannabis is safe," he stressed. What the fuck? How can you say it's probably more a story of what we don't know than what we know?
Politicians use those all the time. Like unknown knowns, known knowns. It's all just words to complicate things so that you just kind of leave it alone.
You don't even make sense. And then it says he stresses it's still not safe.
How many of you think that politicians have smoked weed? Like legit?
I think Obama smoked a couple J's.
Not just Obama. I mean, politicians.
Oh, I think George Bush fucking blazes it down. If he's painting pictures of dogs every day, he's smoking a couple doobies.
And senators and politicians, you would agree they wouldn't intentionally put their lives in harm, correct?
Why would they put their lives at harm?
Right. They wouldn't, right?
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't. But they smoke weed. Because it's not harmful.
Duh. I know that, you know that, but uninformed people out there, like maybe people that are watching right now, hey dum-dum, weed is okay. Okay, it welcomes you with open arms.
It gives me a hug every day.
Alright, I just want to do a shout out to Mr. James Franco for saying, I don't consider weed to be worse than having a beer.
Exactly. Beer leads to alcoholism, liver failure.
But weed doesn't.
Do you think that it's possible to be addicted to weed?
I do not think it's possible to be addicted to weed. I think I love weed a lot, but if I needed to quit, I would. But I don't need to. Next, I want to talk about this article that I found on High Times magazine. It's this pro-marijuana group in Ohio. You know, the Buckeye State, Ohio. They're just really into marijuana, and I guess they made a mascot called Buddy. And he's just this green dude, just buffed up with a bee on his chest. And he's there to encourage the local college kids to smoke weed. I just thought that was hilarious when I heard of it. This guy's a superhero. Like, he's my Superman. He's my Superman. The title, if you want to look this up, it's called Marijuana Mascot Creating More Controversy for Responsible Ohio. It says, Buckeye State, Marijuana Reformists, Responsible Ohio, the group that recently earned a spot on the November 2015 ballot with an initiative aimed at legalizing a statewide cannabis industry, is stirring up controversy once again with the unveiling of their superhero pop mascot, Buddy. Isn't that fucking funny?
That's sick.
I know, and look at him.
I mean, don't panic. It's organic. It's crazy how the laws will make something that's so addictive and it kills, I mean, more than hundreds of thousands of people a year on the shelves, like opiates, narcotics, alcohol. Like, I get that it's for money, but you can make money off of things that won't hurt people.
Yeah, people are fucked up. Well, anyways, I haven't even said what the fuck our topic is about. Or not topic, but like this channel is about just pretty much just me burning down and just sharing cool shit with fellow stoners, and hopefully I get some good feedback, not no fucking troll ass shit.
It's okay.
Some trolls.
Haters are motivators. I mean, let's be real.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says #haters. This is just a toke up, smoke up website. So the website's marijuanatokup.com. It's a place where you can find awesome pieces. There's a whole bunch of roar stuff. Real roar, not no bullshit your local head shop owns that they blew themselves. Some dope ass headies, pens, vaporizers, everything. So just head over there as soon as it's open. The website's gonna have a whole bunch of cool shit on it. We'll probably have some forums so you guys can talk on there and share whatever type of stoner story you got. This is my dog. This is one of my dogs.
Newest addition.
The newest addition to the family. He a cool little basset hound. Say hello, YouTube stoner.
My name's Blaze and I'm 4 months old and I love my mamas. I got 2 mamas. I'm so lucky. I go to sleep like this.
He really does fall asleep like this. Alright, so we're out of here. Pretty much done for the video. See you next week with an even better video. Still trying to get the hang of this, you know? Oh, this is Leo. Chief Khalifa signing off.